this transformation looks like. I think our artist did a pretty good job on it. And now I'm going to show you a little video of these guys in action. Now, this video was made just for clarity. This is not how it would look at a real sort of esports encounter, but you'll get the idea. Here you can see the Terran players trying to sort of get away. He's kiting, not real well, but reasonably well against these Zealots. He just can't stand up to this kind of firepower. So we go back up into the base. We're going to get some Hellions in play here. We're cheating a little bit with the choke, but you get the idea. And they'll deploy into their battle form. And now with all this overlapping splash and their additional toughness, these Hellions will be able to withstand this charge and really deal with this kind of Zealot Archon threat. Hellions ordinarily be very unhappy with all the splash damage coming down on their heads from their own siege tanks, let alone from the Archons and the attacks from the Zealots in front of them. But the Battle Hellion, being a lot tougher, can stand up to this kind of firepower and can remain a relevant unit in these kinds of late-game battles.
Going up against the more traditional Marine tank army. So the Marines and tanks are spread out pretty well, so the Hellions will go into the new battle mode, which would allow them to withstand the siege tank fire a lot easier, while the Warhounds are picking off the siege tanks using focus fire. They actually have 7 range, so they're pretty good at picking off siege tanks like this. So obviously, if all these siege tanks and Marines were packed up tightly into a choke point, there's no way this Hellion and Warhound army could push that line. But that's exactly what we wanted to go for. We wanted the more traditional Marine and siege tank army to be stronger at tighter chokes with heavily defended chokes, whereas the Hellions and Warhounds have the mobility advantage to fight.
They can move out, and they can take a little bit of time to set up, and they can create a powerful radiation death field, which gives the Terrans some ferocious board control. Can't keep his radiation field on near other units that aren't shredders. If other units move into the radius, they'll shut it off so it doesn't hurt them. So in this case, these Marines stim and rush forward, you see the field just shut off. No shredder fire at all. Now, when the Marines get out of the radius, the shredder turns back on. Now in this case, the shredders got lucky. In reality, most of the time, these shredders get wiped out in these types of scenarios. You need to keep this unit